Good evening, Fernwood. It is your trustworthy truant Neil, and it's time for us to tremble at another episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. We are watching episode 255 today from March 25th, 1977. You know, yesterday is an episode we should be talking about. Charlie and Loretta were getting amorous after doing some recording. Loretta is glad that things are back to the way that they were, and Charlie apologizes for spending so much time with Mac, and Loretta promises that she's not going to try to set him up with so many women. And Charlie has enough time for the two of them to have a quickie, but they are interrupted by the familiar bell ring that they both recognize as Mac. Charlie makes some excuses to spend some time with Loretta, and Mac picks up on the vibe that they need some canoodling time. So the Hager couple get to it, but they are interrupted again by Kathy, who is frustrated with the situation with Howie and is interested in Mac. Over at the Capri Lounge, George runs into Howie, who is dwelling on his feelings. Howie admits that he's never had sex with a woman, and George encourages him to take, in the way that today we would call rape culture. Howie is encouraged by this and says he's going to go straight to Kathy and use the advice, and of course that sets George off. Back in the Hartman kitchen, Mary is reading the diary that she found in Martha's cabinet. She gets a call from Merle, who says that Tom came over with the toys that Merle gave to Mary and was really angry, and Mary has a split second to sort through those feelings before she gets a call from Lila, who is asking about her diary. And Mary goes through the items that she has arrayed on the counter, but doesn't see Lila's diary. She knows that the one that she's holding on to is Wanda's. And Lila has received enough confirmation that Mary has the diary, so she gets a little threatening. Then Howie shows up, a little bit sad, but Mary had called him over, so he's there. And Mary checks in with Howie about the situation with Kathy, about which Howie is still pretty confused. And Mary says that attacking her like an animal would be a bad thing. Absent-mindedly, Howie picks up the diary, and Mary takes it and hides it. And then not so subtly hints that she has some information that could be exciting for a news reporter. Howie's response is that reading a diary would be a violation of privacy. Then Howie remembers that Mary had promised them some cushions, and when Mary goes off to get them, Howie steals the diary. Mary comes out with the throw pillows, and Howie goes home, leaving Mary to remark what an honest man he was. Well, this is Friday, everyone, so I expect to, well, I don't know what to expect, so let's do this.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Kathy, don't be negative. Have a little faith.
Oh, I have faith that Mother is going to go to jail.
They're there now. Kathy, I'm telling you that what we need is a cure for this. We are not going to let this kleptomania go untreated, okay? I'll get them. Hi. Are you the convicts?
Hartman?
Mary.
Shumway, Kathy.
I'm Crude.
Duke.
That's Denny, our keeper. He's armed.
Are you guys sure this works?
Are you kidding, sister? Didn't you catch our act on ABC News?
I saw it. You were wonderful. You reformed an entire audience packed with juvenile delinquents.
Well, us convicts are the only ones that can talk sense into these potential bad eggs.
We're the best in the business, baby.
The best in the fear game.
And we're gonna make Martha Shumway crumble.
Oh, could you just stop her from stealing? That's really all we need.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hi, Ma.
Hello. You must be Kathy's friends. But I'm her mother, Martha Shumway.
I'm Crude.
Duke.
And that's Denny. He's armed.
Oh, Mary, I had a terrible time over at that redemption center this morning.
My religion? What a great idea.
Oh, no, it's the place where you trade in your green stamps. I drove all the way over there. And I couldn't find one thing worth redeeming.
What about the clock?
Oh, what clock?
Oh.
They call him Crude because he used to pull chain in an oil rig in Galveston.
I bet that is an interesting job.
Isn't it, though? Would anyone care for some Viennese instant?
But he don't do it no more. Know why?
Well, I wouldn't venture to say. Weak ankles?
Homicide, Granny. Oh. Crude's a killer. So am I. Serving life sentences is our hobby, so it relieves the monotony of murder.
Oh. Well, what are you doing here? Don't you try to hurt me. Don't cut me up in little pieces with a chainsaw. You just let me go.
Ma, now listen to me. This is just part of a neighborhood program. Don't let them scare you.
Mary!
Let them scare you.
So you like this deal, huh, sweetheart?
So I guess you like to go to the can, huh? Where the underwear's made out of synthetic horsehair grinds your skin into pulp.
Oh, not pulpy skin. No, that's terrible.
And what they call food is grease in a platter.
Yeah, it makes your teeth crumble in a year. And your brain softens like a peach. And every minute drags like a year.
And at the end of the day, you'll pray, dear Lord, let me die.
Oh, dear Lord, let me die now.
I don't like this at all.
Neither do I, but she said this is the only thing that'll help.
And if you ever get caught, I'll let you be my cell slave. Provided you give me your breakfast roll and half your stew.
And listen to this, sweetheart. 90% of the women over 40 who come from North Cairo, Illinois, get sent up the river.
And they never come back.
Could you please stop this? Could you not talk to my mommy this way?
Oh, come on, Buster. We got a job to do here.
Yeah, we're gonna do it whether you like it or not.
So come on, get out of the way, huh?
Well, I will not get out of the way.
And neither will I. I can fight just as dirty as you guys.
Oh, come on. Do you want the old Biddy cured or not, huh?
Oh, she called me a biddy.
Well, you just leave the old biddy alone and you just get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you convicts should be ashamed of yourselves.
Jesus. At least things in prison make sense.
Oh, come on. Let's get going. You know, if we hurry, we may be able to catch Carson. Come on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, girls.
I just hope we did the right thing. Turning you back out onto the streets.
If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked the cake. Baked the cake. Baked the cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How to do, how to do, how to do. If I knew...
Lila, would you mind telling me what you're doing there with my religious books?
Well, I think these pictures are really beautiful, and I don't think they should be shut up inside some old book. They make beautiful wall decorations. Look! See St. John the Baptist right next to Salome. Don't they look kind of like Donnie and Marie?
Lila, what is the matter with you? Don't you have any respect for anything? What you wearing Wanda's fur coat there? You're cutting up my personalized religious books? You're a very sickening person, Lila.
I'll have you know that Wanda gave me this coat because there's a rip in the lining.
What? What, you expect me to believe that Wanda gave you her fur coat because there's a little hole in the lining? What kind of fool you think you're talking to here, Lila? I'm not any ordinary kind of dummy. Are you talking to a man who spoke on the phone personally with the President of the United States? Me, personal, with Jimmy Carter. Him and me are just like this now.
Well, tell me, what would that President of the United States that you're just like this now with think if he found out that both you and your wife slept just like this close
to your
maid?
Stop that kind of talk! You know what you are? You're a brat, Lila.
I am not.
You're a spoiled brat.
I am not.
No, you are, but I'll tell you, it's nothing to worry about, really, because it's nothing that can't be fixed with a real good spanking.
You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare, Merle Jeter. Oh! Oh, no! Oh!
Lila, I just want you to know this is hurting you a lot worse than it's hurting me.
Merle, stop.
Oh!
This is something that has to be done.
Merle, stop it. Stop it. Do you hear me?
Oh, never in my whole life! Merle Jeter, you are going to regret this. You are going to regret this till the day you die. Oh!
Wanda, the woman is a criminal. She is a criminal. You know that?
I know, Merle, but we can't afford to make her any angrier than she already is. Lila is like a time bomb, Merle, and if we touch her the wrong way, she's just going to explode right in our faces.
I can't help that. I just know that you got to think of something here, because I know my own self. I know that within a fortnight here, I'm going to do something violent. I'm going to kill a woman.
Oh, no, Merle, don't do that. Murder's so passé.
Wanda, she's driving me out of my tree here.
I know. Merle, that's it.
What?
Lila is driving us crazy, so what happens if we drive her crazy? What happens if Lila gets pronounced a complete raving lunatic, a certified banana split?
Wanda, stop that! You sound like Lila now.
Sorry.
What's going on here? My gosh, my little household. What do you think it'd take to, push her over the brink there?
I don't know, Merle, but whatever it takes, I'm sure we've got it.
In the immortal words of Rod Stewart, tonight's the night.
Tonight's what night?
Us.
Us. Yes, us. Tonight, right.
You're not getting cold feet, are you?
Me? No. No, my feet are burning hot.
Hot to trot?
God, yes. Before we do anything, you think maybe that we could talk about this? Now, I think this is going to be an incredible breakthrough. I really think.
You want me
this
to
is
hit you over the head with this bottle?
No. Do you think maybe that before we do anything, that maybe we could talk a little, kind of get in the mood?
I'm already in the mood.
Teeth.
What, did you lose a filling?
No, brush.
You have 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5.
Do you ever feel like you're getting a headache from all this rushing?
No.
It's funny, I don't feel any tension. No. I don't feel. Do you think maybe we get something to eat first? Maybe a little Chinese food to take our mind off things, Yeah. Did I ever tell you the joke about? No, wait. This one's funnier. This one's great. Yeah, the Pope decides to take his dog out for a walk in the middle of the night, So he's walking down the street and he runs into this drunken Swedish actress, So he says to her, shh, wait.
What?
Somebody in here.
What are you talking about?
My books. The research. The diary.
My wine.
The diary's gone.
Don't Don't worry about it. Calm down.
What do you mean, calm down? What are you talking about? This is my whole life. It's my whole life except for being a DJ and making me a real reporter, and it's gone.
What are you doing?
I'm calling the police. You kidding?
Well, what about tonight and us?
Don't you understand?
I understand you want the police here more than you want me.
Given the choice, yes.
Okay.
This is no good. This is no good here. We gotta have some different kind of music here, man. We gotta have some music that you can do some stomping, some American dance down.
Oh, I got an idea, Charlie.
What?
Well, okay, you just reminded me we should do a square dance. Now, Charlie can call it, and let's put on the music that made America famous. Okay.
I 37-8. All right. Now, I don't think we got enough here for actual sets and squares, but come on, everybody get in the middle. Come on, Vernon, you get in the middle. Form a big circle. Form a big circle. There we go. Woo! All right, everybody circle right. Same old song. Any other way? Everybody else come along. No, get two lines. Two lines facing each other. Now you, Vernon, you hang out, Vernon. You. On the two lines forward and back. Come on, man. Come here. He come forward and go back, honey. Come on. Now, Vernon, you're supposed to be the foot. I'm supposed to be the head. You're supposed to be the foot. I'm supposed to be the head. Now, get back there. Here we are. Head couple forward and back. Side cheese, Mary. All right, let's have an elevated ride. Now, give me your hand, Mary. Come on, man. I need your right hand. Hey, we got the wrong number.
The damn school bus just got in over to the depot. American history is seen through Indian eyes. So the damn school board really thinks they're going to shovel that garbage out to us. I got another thing coming.
The yellow rain boots. Four of them.
Mayor, hold it right there. You go.
Yeah. No pictures. No pictures.
This is just Merle's photographer.
Yeah, it's all right, Vernon. It's the man.
No, we're not a picture-taking organization.
Well, Vernon, these will be for the President of the United States. I actually talked to Jimmy during the time of the disaster, as you may or may not know. What I was thinking is we might get a couple of snapshots in here of the victims themselves having a good time, relaxed, all safe and everything, send them on to the President.
Thank you, Merle.
We don't take pictures for the President either. We're exclusive.
Well, you're telling me you're too exclusive for the President of the United States?
Oh, of course, we'd be honored if you and the little missus here would care to join us.
Say yes.
The glorious guardians of good.
Come on, say yes.
Well, I tell you, any organization that's responsible for bringing this many nice folks together can't be all bad.
I think it sounds like a fantastic idea.
Hey, listen, Flash, why don't we get a couple of candids of us dressed up in these things back at the apartment? That'd be all right?
Hey.
And we'll check you later, all right?
Wanda, permanent press, but you need to spray them for static if you're wearing pink.
Mary, listen, can I talk to you for 1 second? Listen, is Tom still angry about the toys?
What toys?
Our toys.
Well, he hasn't said anything to me. Are you sure he's mad?
Oh, Mary, listen, I'm telling you, the man nearly threw the chicken into my face.
Well, I'll tell you, if he's furious, he has honestly not said anything. But then again, it's probably none of your business.
Folks, friends and neighbors, may I have your attention? I am so glad that you could all come here tonight for the GGG Disco Night Party. Yeah. The GGG, as you know, stands for
Glorious Guardians
of Good. And I have seen more goodness here tonight than I have in a long time.
All right.
And now, folks, Loretta Haggers, our own GGG songbird, singing our heart out for the GGG. Come on.
Thank you very much. Thank you, really. Well, I have written this special little tune here tonight, just particularly for this GGG roundup here in Hoedown and Groovy Doo and everything. So what I'm going to do here now, it's got a real easy chorus, which I want y'all to join in, and Mr. Bales here just going to hold up some cards that's got the lyrics on it. So y'all just join in, okay? Okay, here we go. I love you, America, just the way you are. Don't you go making yourself over for me. You got freedom and security, true moral purity, sweet as the flower on my family's lily tree. Well, my uncle who knew a thing or two used to sit on the porch with nothing to do while everybody else used to hurry around all day. Well, he sipped his Coke and his Ovaltine, and he went inside when the weather got mean, and he never complained, and he always used to say, join in. I love you, America, just the way you are. Don't you go making yourself over for me.
Two.
You got freedom and purity, true moral purity, sweet as the flower on my family's lily tree.
Let's hear it for freedom, moral purity, family and security.
As sweet as flower on my family's lily tree.
Brotherhood, community, freedom, simple decency. Those are the things we stand up for, aren't they? Right. And we're having fun while we're standing up for them. And the uprightness of our community depends on us, doesn't it? And we can't let our children down, can we? And we can't let the school board weaken their minds by letting them read books with weak bindings. No! Well, you all know about the weak bindings, don't you?
Well, I don't understand.
You want the school board to push you around like this? This is no different from the bombing of a factory. Well, first we're not safe where we work, and the next thing you know, our kids aren't going to be safe where they go to school. We're not going to let them do it. Tom Hartman, do you want your daughter's mind to be weakened by reading books with weak book bindings?
You mean Heather's mind is going to be weakened by book bindings?
She's liable to become unglued.
Hell no!
Hell no! Hell no! Weak bindings gotta go, right, Tex? Hell no! Weak bindings gotta go. Hell no! Weak bindings gotta go. Listen, let's go down to the depot and show the school board they can't fob off weak binding books on us. Come on, folks. Weak books gotta go. Hell no! Weak bindings 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 gotta go.
Hell no, them weak bindings gotta go. Ho, ho.
Is this party turning a little strange?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, Mary, them binders are a killer.
What if they just stapled the books together?
So we start today with Mary and Kathy pulling a scared straight on Martha. They've pulled two convicts and their guard from prison, and they want to put her through it until they don't, until they see exactly how traumatic that experience can be. We have those convicts sort of doing their scared straight act, and then Mary sees it and just can't let that happen. And Kathy gets in the way too, and they have defended Martha from the convicts. I was hoping that Martha might see that her daughters were loving, but I don't know. Maybe we're just going to have to wait until next week to find out where that goes. And then Merle comes home to find Lila cutting pages out of his book. And Lila just doesn't see, or maybe she does see, exactly how much she is running roughshod over their lives. And Merle goes to spank her, but is interrupted by Wanda, who is still worried about potential scandal. So it looks like the escalation point here is that Wanda is going to work on getting Lila committed. And that may be a whole storyline, but we have some other complications to talk about. And those complications start at Howie's place with Tex searching for the research materials that Howie mentioned. And Howie comes home and Tex hides away, and it's always fun when someone's hiding and someone else who might care that they're there doesn't see them. Tex is able to evade Howie's eagle eye because Howie's eyes are trained on the diary that he puts down on the table. Kathy's agenda is to do some doing, and Howie, first of all, is hesitant to do that, but also his work is very important, and it does get stolen from them, including the diary, which I'm not sure if Tex knows he has it. He does have it. So there, and then Howie realizes that something has been stolen, and Kathy just doesn't understand why that's important. Obviously, sex is a good thing, and we can prioritize it, but she's been pushing Howie. That's something against her in that mark, but also she just doesn't care that all of the things that were important to Howie were taken. And then we're at the Capri Lounge for the Glorious Guardians of Good disco night, and I see that Tom and Mary are doing a partner dance, and some of it looks like the kind of partner dancing that I have done for decades. You know, it looks like a swing dance. It doesn't look like Hustle, because Hustle is pretty specifically disco, and that pretty much looked like straightforward swing dancing. And then that is interrupted by square dancing. And I've got to say that it brings up some feelings in me, because square dancing, if you listen to some of the stories, was created to be a diversion from white kids learning black arts. We get a little bit of an exchange between Tex and Vernon that tells me that today that they would be the folks complaining about critical race theory, that they want only white perspectives taught in schools. Vernon is able to bamboozle everyone into protesting the school books because they have weak bindings, although it's very clear that he intends to, well, he's on the white nationalist front. He's very clearly a nationalist, and he's very clearly a white supremacist, so I will put those two together. That he has bamboozled the folks into going to protest these school books, that's gross. And Mary has been dressed separately from the GGG for this entire thing. Oh, I didn't mention that the mayor and Wanda show up, and they seem to be initiated too. But as I was saying, Mary was dressed separately. She's dressed in her Mary outfit, even though way back when she was the first person to put on the muumuu. But here she's standing apart to the point that she's not quite in the square dance, and at the end she thinks that the party's gone weird, and everyone else just takes it for normal. So I have those feelings again, but now I'm clearly on the side of disgust as opposed to the confusion I was feeling earlier in the week. I'm definitely disgusted with how much Vernon has things going and in his direction, and I'm really hoping that, well, it's going to be some intrigue and some confusion and some misadventures. So that's what we have to look forward to. Thank you so much for watching with me. Thank you so much for leaving your thoughts, feelings, impressions, and joining the conversation in the comments. Thank you for being you, and we will see you next week in Fernwood.